What's going on, folks? I am Goat. Welcome back to Warframe. What the fuck are you doing, huh? So yeah, here we are. We're gonna look at Xaku Prime, Trumna Prime, and the Quassus Prime. Uh-huh. Yeah. Now, my Trumna, I do have a ribbon for. I was very happy to get that ribbon. I've personally been a fan of the Trumna since that son of a bitch come out. And it's got two really quirky problems. Okay, problem number one is that the Trumna has a really long reload time, and then problem number two is it has recoil like getting smacked by a dump truck. So that's kind of a big turnoff for a lot of people with guns because they want the guns to just not beat the shit out of them, and they don't want to take 5 damn seconds to reload. So that being said, we gonna look at the differences in these two motherfuckers. So first of all, they have increased our mag by 50. Big fan of that. Increased the critical multiplier by 0.2. Increased the status by 4%. Yeah, increased the impact by a little bit, but that's kind of whatever. And, you know, just gave us a basic increase of heat as well on the alt fire, which is just all sorts of a good time. Okay, so the Trumna Prime has definitely been improved, but the reload time getting dropped by a second is really awesome. Now, I don't have the old Quassus anymore, and the truth of it is that, you know, like, I've just become such a fan of glaives that, like, until Prime started hitting with war fans, you know, I just kind of stayed away from them. But the Quassus is a really good war fan. My personal opinion, probably the best of them. And of course, obviously, we have Xaku. So we're just going to cover exactly, because I've got two primary builds that I use for Xaku, and then I've got a couple of Trumna builds, okay, and then I've got two Quassus builds. And then we'll just go show these bitches off. So the shards are duration, basically a little equilibrium love here, and then energy filled at spawn. Now, those two is whatever the fuck you want to put there. I personally like it just because I don't have to sit there and do much of jack shit. And especially the way this is modded, it's going to probably be a little bit different than what some people do. But because of the way it's modded, starting out with a really good amount of energy means that you're going to regen right up to the top of your energy cap very quickly. Because we're going to start out at 90%. So, the first build is a condemned build. Just this is almost identical to what I've run for a very long time, minus the fact that a newer mod, you know, Energy Nexus has come out, so that helps regen our energy. It's a good time. So you couple condemn with something like Arcane Blessing, and you've got a fuck ton of shields and a fuck ton of health just by collecting health orbs, and then corrosive projection helps kind of alleviate the ability strength loss there for the armor strip for gaze, sorry, because it's at 97%. Well, with corrosive projection, you're going to get 100% armor strip, no big deal. Now, the only thing that this does lack is that the guns aren't quite as powerful as they would normally be with a plus 200% build, but most of the time, you're going to be building somewhere between that 190 and 210% area anyway. So those two energy shards could just as easily be Crimson Shards for strength. Make up for what you might lose by modding. And the truth of it is that this build is extremely fucking survivable because you can constantly just force over shields, and then while doing so, you are just, not dying and killing everything around you. So this is a really functional survival way to go. Now, is it like some top tier gameplay level? Absolutely not, because you're going to be casting Condemn a lot because shields are going to be breaking a lot the higher level you go. The other funny way to go is using Shade or Shade Prime as your companion, right? And then just basically staying invisible all the time. Because with Shade Prime specifically, so we'll come over here and we'll get old Shade Prime. So specifically with one mod being Ghost, which obviously you want that bitch in the first slot. With Ghost, it cloaks the owner when enemies are within 24 meters. Now, it's not an immediate effect, so you can get shot at. But once this motherfucker cloaks you, The cloak is only disrupted if the owner attacks. So basically, if you use a weapon, okay, then it's going to break that cloak and you can get your ass shot off. But if you don't, the guns just go ham and you can literally just stand there and they have no idea what the fuck is going on to them. It is a really, really, really good time. Now, it's a fun way to play if you're really just trying to get through a survival and not really have to do a whole lot. Personally, I like a little bit more activity. But the other function to that is that we are building into ability strength. And yeah, you're going to see some people that build massively into ability range and then overlay that with extra charge for ability strength, or even build into ability strength to do so. And so, like, you know, like multificiency is in here to counteract what, you know, transient fortitude is. So basically, as long as I have shields, which ain't gonna be a problem because I'm gonna be fucking invisible, I'm going to counteract that with multificiency. So basically, I'm just getting an ability buff and a slightly more extended bit of duration. Blind rage, you would think that might be a problem, but honestly, it's not, because you're just fucking invisible and you can just walk around and just collect energy orbs. Everything else is pretty much self-explanatory. You're giving yourself plenty of shields to live with. You know, like, is the Umbra form necessary? No. You can get around it depending on how you want to build it, right? Another thing that does actually help with this is, like, this particular build, you don't necessarily need something like energy siphon, so you can do an aura form and put growing power on here and get even more stank, more bang for your buck out of those guns from Grasp of Loke. So yeah, growing power is a really good idea with that. Honestly, growing power with this is also not a bad idea if you use at least one more Crimson Shard to get yourself to that 100% defense reduction. So you don't need corrosive projection. Ow, my knee just popped. If you have enough ability strength to counter the slight lack. But I will say that having at least like this 205 ability range is kind of a nice thing, because the guns really do some reach out and touch someone's shit, and using gaze, it just makes the armor strip area larger. So, and of course, having condemn on this particular build, it just makes the chains that much longer to give you more shields, hit more enemies, and so on and so forth. So yeah, this is my preferential build, but the Nourish and Shade build is fun if I'm just running solo and I just want to dick around and finish a mission, you know, a group of missions, and just get it the hell over with. But we're going to show this build off because it's fun. It's quite fun. So the Trumna. Now, I have been playing with this build. Now I'm going to show you the previous type of build. Okay, so a viral heat, and instead of galvanized aptitude, I was actually using hunter munitions, because obviously the critical on the regular Trumna was plus, you know, 100%, so I was constantly getting slash procs out of this fucking thing. But in lieu of, you know, better reload time, get a little bit more base damage out of this sumbitch per kill, it's really kind of advantageous, since there's already a Vazarin on this damn thing, to just go ahead and utilize it in such a fashion. And this works perfectly fine, because the Trumna is kind of one of those mildly slow build-up weapons, but once Merciless and Aptitude both kick in, it's not so bad. Now, the other thing I would highly recommend is, if you don't have a Riven, honestly, either Hunter Munitions or Thermite rounds, okay? One of those two. Hunter Munitions to get the slash procs out of this bad boy, and then if you don't want to do that, then you can turn around and use Thermite rounds, buff up the status, buff up the heat damage, because this thing already does heat anyway, so bumping the heat above the viral is never going to be a bad thing, because, you know, slash and heat are like the universal lubricant damages in this game for the most part. But I decided, hey, you know what? Like, this, I'm going to tell you right now, okay? People are so confused with this punch through bit, okay? The little lock thing next to the punch through. No, I'm going to tell you right now. The front side of the gun has punch through, okay? It is the alt fire that does not have punch through. And believe me, it doesn't fucking need it. This thing's like, you know, I joke about it all the time. It's like somebody kicks a finale box from the 4th of July over on its side, and that's what you just do to the enemies. It explodes and just destroys everything. But the other thing that I've been doing is I wanted to test using Rifle Elementalist on this thing. So adding punch through on top of already having punch through. So now I'm at a 2.8 punch through, but also getting status damage. Now, my Riven, especially with this thing being at a disposition 1 right now, or a 0.5, the Riven isn't amazing, right? Loss of status duration is kind of, it's whatever, because people die, so it really doesn't matter. But critical chance, critical damage, loss in status duration, it's like you would think it would be kind of crappy with that negative status duration, but even on the base Trumna, it wasn't. And my old roll was like critical chance, multi-shot, and like -2 infested or something like that. So it was just kind of meh, or -2 corpus, I think, actually. But I really wanted to test, since there was already a Vazar in here, you know, should I keep it, or should I go back to 100 munitions, or what do I want to do? So I went ahead and tested with this, and I found that this works so fucking funny and so well. So I just kind of stuck using the Viral Heat Elementalist. It's a good time. And then finally we have the Quassus. So this is kind of your bare basic without getting into more forma and applying Tennokai. You know, and like Gladiator Vice, that's kind of the choice. You can go Gladiator Vice, or you can go something like Quickening, you know, or even Prime Fury if you're really feeling it. But with this setup here, this works pretty damn well, okay? And it's very much based on the fact that the heavy attack for the Quassus is a projectile-based attack. It's not just the base I hit you, but I'm also chucking blades off this son of a bitch to hit you as well. So working into a little bit of killing blow, give yourself some extra melee damage, and that extra wind-up speed does kind of help. So this is a good functional build here, and obviously utilizing one of the new galvanized mods, you know, kind of make up for not putting, you know, something like Gladiator Might on here, you know, or Organ Shatter even. So yeah, and see, like, unique trait, heavy attack throws daggers that are guaranteed slash status effects. The daggers are more accurate when wielded by Xaku. That's fine. Said, I don't care if they're more accurate or not. Trust me, you're going to see what I mean. So this is a really, really solid functional build. Okay. It's not amazing, but it's very good. Okay. Works. We'll put it that way. It works well. But then, because I've been dicking around with a lot of using melee influence with a lot of shit, I wanted to see what it would do with this. So I really wanted to play into just kind of getting the all-around party going with this shit, okay? So, utilizing the Naramon, using Quickening, get that additional combo count chance, plus a little bit more speed is even better. Doubling down by applying Voltaic Strike on here. Blood Rush and Weeping Wounds is pretty obvious. Galvanized Steel is good. Primed Reach to get just a shit ton of range out of these things. And then just Prime Pressure Point for just that solid base damage. And yeah, I mean, like, this is a thing. And this is the build that we're going to show off. The other, like, this one is fine. It's totally fine. This one, it's a good time. So, yeah, we got Death Cube, Tazgore. Okay, cool. Good to go. So, let's just go show off the goody goods, right? Oh, I just wish once you visited the mall, that thing would just stop talking shit. Don't for the stupid ball. Which, by the way, don't forget to go get your little glyph in the hidden spot in the bushes. You don't know what I'm talking about. Go look. It's worth it. See? So, like, look. 90%, I'm already full. Like, look, just to see, boom. See, 7:15. Have a nice day. And yes, I could go do a harder mission if I wanted to, but I just don't want to. Ain't no point. So, we're going to chain these bitches down, start this out. So, like I said, it's a little bit of a slow grind at first. But, you know, like, I mean, here, it's just bye. I mean, it's just see you guys later, right? I mean, the alt-fire of the Trumna is just absolutely ridiculous.
The impure, the unworthy have no future.
Cool, I'm glad we have no future. Cool, love that. I mean, I just mopped up Eximus like nothing. It's like the electric chair in Warframes. I mean, you notice, like, I'm not even utilizing, you know, the guns yet for Xaku. Oh, fuck off. Are you done? Oh, did I not? Did you fucking break? Piece of shit. Okay, cool. Back to this. Yay! Good time. I mean, like, this is a reach out and fuck someone build. Okay, fuck reach out and touch on someone. This is a reach out and fuck someone because it just hits from a distance. But we want to get that combo meter up, right? We can do this. See, like, he is just not happy with life. Excuse me, you stop that. I said stop it. Yeah, this is just, like, no bueno for the existence of anyone around you. That is not the weapon I wanted. Oh, here, look. Couple exhibition. Oh, here, fuck that guy. Oh, he survived. The guy in front of him fucking helped save him. Cool, love that. But see, now we'll do this, right? Steal some guns. Now we can just really fuck him up. There's the life support thingy over here. Hey, bud.
Get ready for a capsule.
Bye. I mean, like, you know, there is a thing here. I forgot. I turned my volume way down, so I'm sure I'm probably sounding like stupid loud compared to the game. Sorry. Brain fart. There, that's probably a little better. Oh no, I walked across the ice. That's no bueno. I mean, you can see the amount of health I have from Arcane Blessing, the amount of shields that I get from, you know, using Condemn on these poor guys, and then just...
Additional life support has arrived.
Damn, that guy's frozen. I was sitting there trying to kill a frozen dead body. I forgot to use my my fork. They just get hit with slash procs and they don't like it. The guaranteed slash procs is always nice. Done. See, and especially using Condemn, you just make everybody a static target and just fuck up. And with, you know, electric damage, it wants to just chain enemies anyway. So it's just a really, really fun time. You can see, like, the range, it just really, really makes this electrical just tear shit up. Hey, bud, that's rude. You stop that. Look, Malice. You know, watch. There's Malice. He's now stuck. Fuck him. He's now dead. Oh, that just happened. Hey, fuck you. I was gonna alt-fire your stupid ass. Fuck off. How's that? Yeah, I mean, this thing just does, like, big PP numbers. It's fun. I just chained the fucking ground. I did just do that. Excuse me, I want a bunch of guns. Here, fuck off. Yeah, the Trumna has always been a lot of fun. It's just a matter of just, you know, getting over the reload time of the old Trumna, and now that it is what it is, it's good. Oh, don't eat me. I just did that. Good time. I mean, just generally. And what's really funny is that you can do another build with the Trumna. You can do like a blast toxin build, which is actually really, I don't even know why I worried about doing that. You can do like a blast toxin, and when you hit people with the blast and it starts exploding, it's kind of like the turret. It actually builds up that alt fire a little bit quicker by killing people, because that's how the meter fills up, is by kills. Overall, this entire setup is insanely functional, and no, you don't have to use it all together. Personally, I've been having a lot of fun using at least the Trumna with Xaku. The Quassus, I forget what fucking frame I have on there. I've been running, I want to say the Sorrow or the Glaive. No, I was running the Zorus, that's right. It's really good with armor stripped enemies anyways, just shock the shit out of them. But overall, this Prime release, yeah, this Prime access, very good, very good. Xaku is already a really good frame. Trumna, already a really good primary, and the Quassus is a really, really, really good war fan. Build how you will, have fun with them, but yeah, this is a good time. It's a really, really, really good time. So, folks, thank you very much for watching. As always, we'll catch you in the next one, all right?